Good afternoon, welcome to Psychology Today. Our topic today is the UK riots. We will be speaking to 4 leading cognitive psychologists to discuss why these riots happened. Firstly, we will speak to Cornish and Clark, who proposed rational choice theory. Welcome to the show. Could you briefly describe this theory?
Well, we believe the riots occurred because the decision to commit a crime is a result of certain cognitive processes. The rational choice theory is how the criminals make the decisions to commit the crimes. But just because we use the word rational, it does not mean the decision to offend is rational, but it does seem rational to the criminal.
This is where the criminal believes that rewards are greater than the cost. For example, if an unemployed 19-year-old with no education living in a poorer area had the opportunity to steal a total of HTV, they would weigh up the risk of being caught and going to prison, or the ability to have a TV which they would not usually be able to afford.
So what do you think of David Cameron's explanation of the riots being mindless thuggery?
Actually, we believe that every criminal made the conscious choice to commit the crimes they did. They deliberated over their choice whether to commit a crime or not, and many of them chose to engage in the rioting and looting.
We have found that the judgment the criminals make often are because the crimes are greater than the cost. Therefore, they make a decision to commit the crime, then they are not just driven to do it.
Thank you, Cornish and Clark. We now move to Yockelson and Say Now, authors of the book Criminal Personality. Welcome to the show. But how do you explain the riots in the UK?
As many of the rioters were young and influential, they wanted to start their new-found power and control and tried to get rid of the feeling of worthlessness. They did this by taunting the police as they felt the police had not directly communicated with the youth and caused problems that the youth felt they had no say in. Therefore, the voice they thought they could use was to prove the point by smashing things up, and their voices would be heard.
If some of the rioters were brought up by parents who lack empathy and trust, their children are more likely to be unable to see their actions would affect their victims. Therefore, if they burn down a shop, the rioters may be unable to see how this would completely destroy the lives of the shop owners.
What's your view on how the rioters communicated with each other?
The use of social networking such as Facebook and BlackBerry Messenger allowed the rioters to create a secret communication system which allowed them to feel as though they were one step ahead of the police. This secret communication helped people to feel swept up by the riots and therefore added to poor decisions.
Half the rioters already had a criminal record, and those who didn't possibly had fantasies to commit crimes or antisocial behaviour. And as we've seen, people were taking part in the riots and looting will freely talk to journalists about what they have done. This shows how optimistic they were that they will not be punished for their crimes.
Which we know is not the case. Thank you. Your theories and views have been insightful. But that concludes our programme today. Thank you for watching Psychology Today.